Hey guys, so this video is on getting up on the right side of bed in the morning um, because I know a lot of you can't do that, and I know how much happier you could be if you started the day in a right way. So I've been able to do this for over a year now, maybe longer, because of this process that I use. So hopefully, if not all of this process, some of the tips in here could help you to start the day in a really positive way and get you flowing a bit more, get you happier, so you can then go and face what the rest of the day has for you. So the first thing to take note of is to prepare the night before. So this means switching off electronic devices at least half an hour before you actually try to go to bed. So this means TV, looking at your mobile phone. I know a lot of people don't switch it off at night or don't put it on silent, but just at least say put it away from you so that you're not touching it and using it and looking at it right up until the point of going to bed. The reason for this is looking at your phone and the television, they're electronic screens, and the flicker rate actually tricks your brain into thinking that it's earlier than it is. So it's much harder to then switch off and for it to go back to actually what time it really is. And it's harder to get to sleep because your mind's still active because of that. So the hard part with this is actually it's such a habit for most people, and was for me, to watch TV up until the point of bed until you're tired. So you need to find a substitute. So for me, that's easy because I read, but a lot of people don't. So you need to come up with something else that's not electronic to spend at least that last half hour doing before you actually go to bed. Now, there's heaps of other things you could do. It's really up to you. You could listen to music. You could do Tai Chi. You could meditate. You could walk. You could lie down and breathe. Anything. It's really up to you. You're just trying to get away from looking at an electronic screen. Another really good thing to do that could be used as one of these things, or just in general at night before you go to bed, is actually to write down a list of things that you want to do tomorrow. So a bit of a plan for tomorrow, and make sure you put in it something that you look forward to the next day, not just a list of things that you think you need to do, but actually something. It could be something as simple as you're going to have a good coffee at some point tomorrow, or you're going to meet a friend for a walk. Just something in there that doesn't have to be huge, just some kind of pleasurable thing you're going to do the next day. As well as that, put one thing in this list while you're writing it before you go to bed of something that was pleasurable in the day before you go to bed. So something that happened today that was good. That's it. So once those things are done, go to bed. Of course. So the next day, now this is where it gets really fun, and this has definitely been the most life-changing thing in this process for me, and it never fails to work for me. So I hope it works for you. I've kind of seen it work for other people, and I think it's really simple and really pleasurable, and it's just about flipping that morning alarm on your phone to actually change it to a pleasurable song for you. Put one of your favorite songs in your smartphone as your alarm to wake up to, so that you're waking up to something that actually makes you feel good and makes you want to get out of bed. So it's much easier to get out of bed if you're hearing a song that's getting you moving and dancing and putting a smile on your face and is getting you up. So for me, I use and have used for the past over a year Get Down by Curtis Mayfield, because that's what gets me up in the morning. It never fails to get me. Even if I don't jump straight out of bed, I'll spend half a minute just kind of dancing in bed and groove my way out of bed because I'm ridiculous. But find a song that works for you. It could be Slipknot, it could be Beethoven, it could be Britney Spears, it could be some dance music, whatever. It's what works for you and what's going to get you happy in the morning, what's going to put you in a good mood, what's going to actually get you up and get you moving. Because once you're up and moving, you're away, right? And it's much easier to do that if you've got a positive song and a positive frame of mind to start with. You're on a roll straight away, really. So find what songs or song works for you. I tried heaps. Some of them work sometimes. Now I've got one that works all the time. The aim is to find one or more that work for you all the time. It's life-changing. I don't know why more people don't do this. But it's really great to be able to bounce out of bed with a song that you love. It's a great start. So yeah, try that. I'd love to see or hear what other people end up choosing and what works for them. Yeah, that'd be cool to get a really big mix of different things. I know people that love to, like, metal really gets them up and pumped in the morning. Some people like smooth jazz. It's cool, whatever. That's whatever works for you. Now, after that, you're up, you're rolling, go for a walk. Put your trackies on and get outside and go for a walk. The hardest part of this is to actually do it, is to actually open your front door and leave the house. So once you've done that, again, you've been rolling. Once you're out the front door, you'll be able to take in some fresh air. You're going to be able to see some nature. You might come across some birds, walk past some trees, even if you're just walking to the end of the street. It's just to get you up and get you moving. First thing, it's a really good habit because you will feel better just from a 5-minute walk outside. A lot of people say, what if it's cold? What if it's raining? Well, I'd say that's excuses, and you're going to come back and have a warm shower anyway, most likely. So the benefit of actually doing this will show up as soon as you're halfway, like once you've taken 10 steps out the front, you'll already be feeling better, and you're going to be feeling better when you come back because your body's been moved. You've got blood pumping around, you're starting to feel more awake, you're going to feel better, right? So give it a shot. Then come back and have a shower. Keep, maybe sing in the shower, maybe do a little dance in the shower if you've got a big enough shower. Just enjoy it. And if you really want to wake up, and not many people are going to do this, but if you really want to wake up, either have a cold shower and see how long you can stay in. I bet not long. Or at least at the end of your warm shower, turn it to cold as you're sort of getting out, because then, well, give yourself 10 seconds. See if you can last 10 seconds under a cold shower, maybe more like 1 or 2, just because that will really wake you up, and you may have to scream out, but it's still pretty funny and definitely won't kill you. So if you want to wake up, do that. Okay, so once you've finished with your shower, obviously I don't need to tell you step by step what you do outside of a shower, dry yourself, etc. The next tip is to meditate. Now, a lot of people say they don't want to meditate because it's too hard and they always have thoughts running through their mind and they can't clear it. I'd say 2 things to that. Like anything, meditation takes practice to get good at. but you will notice the benefits of it when you start, even after a couple of weeks. So practice makes perfect. And the other thing is, the idea that a lot of people have that meditation means that you are able to or need to completely clear your mind of thoughts is impossible. You can't. There's always going to be thoughts going through your mind. The point of meditation is to not get hooked up on them. So say you sit down and you're trying to meditate and a thought comes up in your head about needing to go to the shops to get milk. Now normally we would go, oh, okay, well I better go. Oh, and while I'm there I'll get a chicken and I better take some money. I need to get some money out. And all of a sudden you're away and you've forgotten where you are and what you're doing. So meditation is when that thought comes up of I need to go get milk, you simply observe, it takes practice, but the idea is to just observe that thought of I need to go get milk, and you can either label it as something that you need to do, or you can just watch it go past, and there will be another thought coming very soon. So you're just watching them. Or alternatively, another way, and these are just simple techniques, this is not an in-depth how to meditate video, is to simply say in and out in your mind as you do an in breath and an out breath, and just see how long you can do that. It's actually quite hard to continue to do that because you're focusing on that and thoughts will come through that drag you off. But the whole point of doing this in the morning is to give yourself a couple of minutes at least just to sit still, be calm, and just be before you have to do. It's just about giving yourself some time, because a lot of us don't do that at all, and it's highly likely that you won't get a chance, or you just won't give yourself time later in the day. So it's important just to give yourself a couple of minutes to just be before you actually start the day, before you start doing things, before you watch the news or grab your phone and have a look and see other external demands or distractions that come up. It's important just to find yourself first and find where you're at and get that to a calm, focused level just for a couple of minutes before you do anything else. Now, there's just some tips, really. That's the process that works for me and has had me starting my day in a pretty damn good way for a while now. It's a really good start, and it really helps me focus through the rest of the day and stay a lot freer of stress and anxiety, and helps me deal with potentially stressful situations or dealing with other people or external issues that have the potential to be stressful. So I'm not saying it works all the time, but it's a really good base to have to give you, I guess, view it as a bit of a buffer, or just as good practice to start the day. I mean, it can definitely make you happier from the start, and if you're happy at the start, you've got far more chance of being happier later. If you're starting from a good point, it's always going to be beneficial. So you don't need to do these things in that order. That's just my order, that's process. They're just tips that could help you. Even if you only take one of them away and that's good and it helps you, then that's great. So that's all this video is for. So yeah, peace guys. That's it.